Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy Sabbath to all the Seventh-day Adventist members like me. We do go to church on a Saturday. It was wonderful. It was a World Pathfinders Day, and it was really an amazing day for us. Now, there is a very shocking news coming from the IEBC. After a long push and pull, they have accepted to open the servers, and they are very confident that the result that is contained in the servers are the replica of the results that were released by the IEBC chairman Wafula, the former IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati. Now, appearing before the national dialogue that is headed by Kalonzo Musyoka and Kimani Ichung'wah, Michael Otieno, who is the ICT director, the IEBC ICT director, and the CEO, Hussein Marjan, told the IEBC that the servers can be opened and that they are scared of nothing because it reflects what was announced by the IEBC. Just take a look.
I've had people saying open the server. Under what circumstances would you open the server? Is there a legal framework allowing for that to happen or not?
Are the records, including the servers, available for inspection and audit by independent forensic auditors?
Are the servers available for forensic audit? Yes, I confirm they are available for forensic audit anytime. And also to clarify that they were used to process the exact replica of the physical forms that are available. So they are available to be compared with the physical forms and the electronic data in those servers. The role of the server, on the other hand, I wish to clarify, was nothing more than taking a replica of that physical form and availing it in the portal. That is why we are confident, even now, if an audit is to be done, you will basically be seeing those forms and the servers used to process them and confirm if those images of forms we had, the 46,201 of them, is the exact replica as they were signed in the polling station.
Incidents at Bomas, I want to know whether your commission did file any complaints with the police out of the events of August 15.
If we are to institute this commission of inquiry, or this inquiry, how far should it go?
Those who are aggrieved definitely need to fair justice to what happened to them.
The reason why everyone is really shocked and perplexed by this admission to and acceptance to open the server is because just a few days ago, a few weeks ago, the deputy president talked very tough and urged the president to caution that dialogue team to drop one agenda, the agenda of auditing the 2022 results, because he said that thing is a done deal and William Ruto is the president and Raila and the opposition must accept that we have a president and a government in place. It is not the first time that this has become a thorn in the flesh. In fact, William Ruto has always said that he doesn't have a legal framework. It doesn't fall under his purview to authorize the opening of the server. And so for them to accept to open that server now raises a lot of eyebrows. Number two, a few months ago we had allegations that Jose Camargo, the main suspect, who was suspected to be interfering with the server, was seen in town, and Raila and the entire Azimio fraternity revealed to us that sometimes they were seen in Kidero's hotel and they were transferred, I don't know, to somewhere in Rongai. A lot of allegations, but it is very obvious, because this was confirmed, that Jose Camargo and the team, just prior to the 2022 election, were apprehended at the JKIA. And when they are apprehended, a forensic audit, and their footprints found their way even into the presidential, case at the IEBC. So for them to come back, or they were seen, it is believed that they were doctoring the results in the server to be the same as the results that were declared by the IEBC chairman. And so if you ask me, for the Kenya Kwanza team to now come up and say that they are ready to open the servers, really, they have doctored the result. But why exactly do you think they have accepted to open this? And what is the implication to Raila Amolo Odinga? I can assure you that it is going to be very devastating for Raila Amolo Odinga, because these people want to paint Raila Amolo Odinga as a perennial loser. Raila has always maintained that since 2007, 2013, 2017 and 2022, a period of 4 years, he's been denied a chance. And he mentions quite a number of people, including the USA, the IEBC, and the Supreme Court as the people who are responsible for denying him victory. In 2007, it was the ECK. And so if this server or the servers are opened and an audit is conducted, and it is found that William Ruto actually won according to what I believe will be a doctored result, then Raila is going to be painted as someone who is a perennial loser. It will be seen as a man who lost in those elections, because in all those circumstances there has never been any server that was opened. This is going to be the first one, and it is going to be very devastating for Raila, because now he's going to be seen as someone who have been complaining for nothing. Number two, they are going to paint Raila as someone who does not accept election results, because even if that server is open, Raila is going to say that we knew that Jose Camargo was in town and he had doctored and interfered with the servers, and therefore I reject the results that are in the server. This news is going to be carried by Al Jazeera, by the CNN, and all the local stations. And the question that Raila will be asked is one: you appointed a team and you are the one who has been pushing for this dialogue, and the team agreed. We have experts, a team of experts, four from the government and another 4 from the opposition, and they were to streamline their agenda. And one of the agendas was the scrutiny of 2022 election. So Raila will be asked, you knew very well, because your team continues to brief you, you knew we were going to open this server. If you knew very well that Jose Camargo had interfered with it, why couldn't you refuse? Why couldn't you reject opening of that server? You accepted to open it. And then they're going to portray a picture that Raila wanted this server to be opened, knowing very well that it was going to give him a win. Now that the server is revealing something else, Raila has rejected it. And Raila will be seen as someone who rejects every election, every result. And you see, the whole of the Kenya Kwanza bloggers will be out there with full guns blazing, and it is going to be very bad for Raila Amolo Odinga. The opening of the result is meant to sanitize the IEBC commissioners, led by their former chairman, Wafula Chebukati, Boya Mwilu, and the other one, I'm forgetting the name, and the entire secretariat led by Hussein Marjan, and of course the IT team, because they are at the center of this controversy. Kenyans believe they are the people who doctored the results, and by the way, in Kenya, all you need to do is to be declared by the IEBC, and that will remain, because the Supreme Court will automatically uphold that ruling. So it is meant to vindicate the IEBC commissioners and the entire team that were implicated in this. It is going to be, by extension, also sanitizing the IEBC, the Supreme Court, the 7 judges, because they have been also mentioned that they are the people who denied Raila of his victory. And so you can imagine the views after the opening of the server, the scrutiny, because the IT from the Azimio and the IT department from the government and maybe from the religious community and maybe from the Human Rights Commission are going to stand before the server as they open and scrutinize, and bit by bit they might find it favoring William Samoei Ruto. It's gonna be bad if this is going to happen. This is meant to humiliate Raila. You can imagine the amount of humiliation, very enormous. How Raila appear before people, telling us that the result that he's been yearning for has been doctored. Even if it is true that they have doctored the result, because from where I see it, this is what is happening. But how humiliating is it gonna be? And you see, people like the Meg Whitman and the United States and all the other international community that gave Ruto his win are going to see, okay, now you see Raila won, because the other day Meg Whitman told us that this is the fairest election that we've ever had in Kenya since the history of independence. This is the first election that was free and fair, according to them. And so it's really going to be humiliating, not only to Raila, but to the entire Azimio community, the supporters, the other principals, Martha Karua, Jeremiah Kioni, Oparanya, Kalonzo, and even Kalonzo himself. It is going to be very devastating for them and very humiliating, because they will be seen as people who are just hell-bent on complaints. And the penultimate point here is, it is going to finish Raila. This is, or if it's not going to finish, they are attempting to finish Raila, because moving to 2027, because this William Ruto is busy campaigning, laying grounds to ensure that he wins 2027. This is going to really stamp an authority. And Raila is going to approach 2027, Raila and the Azimio fraternity. It will be said, because this is the song that has been sung, that they had the deep state, yet they were still defeated. So as they approach 2027, questions are going to be asked even by the supporters, because it is going to be told the servers revealed something else. And we will try, the Azimio supporters will try to explain that, you know, the servers were doctored. Then the $1 million question will be, if they manage to conquer IEBC, they manage to conquer the Supreme Court, and they have now managed to conquer and manipulate the servers, what is the probability that you will overcome all this to win in 2027? Whether it is Kalonzo or Martha Karua or Raila, any other coalition, as long as they're still together and William Ruto is on the other side, will they be able to convince people that they are now ready? Because it would mean that these people have got their way all through. And the last one is to give the confidence. William Ruto is going to regain confidence among his supporters that he's now the man. Because in Kenyan election, they believe you take it, you grab it. This is what is believed to have happened in 2022, when William Ruto said hashtuki live in a deep state. He said he's the deep state himself. When he defeated Uhuru in the by-elections in Central, he told them he's got the hand of God. And so as they go to they approach 2027, they are going there with a lot of confidence, and Raila's supporters will have very little confidence, because the supporters will be asking very many unanswered questions. And of course the rebels will be out there shouting at the top of their voices that, you see, we are working with the president who actually won. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is really shocking, and we wait and see what is going to happen.